Who is paying her to come out with all this crap? Can people really be this stupid? Well, here we are again. Just as I think I'm out, they pull me back in, just like Al Pacino in The Godfather Part 3. Anti-Vaxxers, what is their problem? And anti-vaxxers like Beverly Turner are doing my head in. I've seen this woman so many times on TV, and I'll get into that. But she was on this morning again, just recently. We'll cover that in a minute. But what? Even when I thought about covering it, I thought, by the time I thought about covering it, she was trending, and she's trending this morning. And I'm thinking, yeah, I'm not quite sure what her job is, or what it ever was. And if you know, tell me. But either way, she's just become one of these clowns who appears on morning TV on a regular basis and just says whatever she farts out first. She's appeared on Jeremy Vine having an argument with Dr. Sarah Jarvis, and there are times when it's felt like it's Sarah who feels like the demon in the Aphex Twin Come to Daddy video, shouting at everyone, but now it's gone the other way when it's become Beverly. And now, after an appearance on Mondays this morning, she's been banned. Banned from being on ITV. Or at least on this morning. But then what else is it? Well, I suppose she could be on Loose Women, but then would they want her on there when she's only going to talk the same old crap anyway? It's a shame, actually, because she's quite hot, but she's just talking absolute balderdash. Anyway, so she's appeared on the Daily Mail's website this morning, and I could play the video that's on there, but I think it's about 50 seconds or something, but this is an awful website. There's so much crap going on there. Look at all that. Okay, she's nice. But all the crap on the right-hand side, and it's not even as if I tried bringing it up on my mobile. I tried to see if there was sort of like a pared-down version. But no, just endless crap in between other crap. And just my phone had so many pop-ups coming up, I struggled to try and read it. And I tried to sort of press back at one point, and it just took me back to Google. And anyway, oh God. But, so I'll try and go through the video, because it's just quite funny. But, yeah, I mean, it's the one at the top there. For some reason, it's not on this morning's own YouTube channel, but it's, yeah, why do they do that? Sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't. Maybe they're trying to distance themselves from it, I don't know. But, yeah, you can see, I mean, look at, there's Alison Hammond there, top left, from Big Brother 3. What's she famous for? What is she famous for, apart from climbing onto a table, jumping on the table, and breaking the table? That's all she ever does. Anyway, maybe it's all worth it. 20 years ago, she came to the 4 when they should have left her at the 3. And maybe it's been worth it just for this look on her face that's been captured in that thumbnail. Just she's got a look on her face of, oh, Bev, why don't you just naff right off? So let's just see what she has to say. Now, the trouble is, because it's not been on the main YouTube channel, and because someone's ripped it and stuck it online, they've done it in a really crap way, and the quality is just dreadful. But we'll try and go through it anyway. Obviously, got everyone. Social distancing is in full effect. You've got Dermot O'Leary on the left there, and Alison Hammond. Then next to Beverly Turner, as will come up, is, and you might not be able to see it too much, but Matthew Wright, after he got kicked out of the Right Stuff for being a naughty twat, he replaced by Jeremy Vine. What's his job become? He's just, I don't know, he was on the radio for a bit, and then he just seems to have stopped being on the radio. I don't follow him anyway, but he's now developed a rat tail on his head, sort of behind his hair. Is like he's in his 50s, so he's clearly got issues. But yeah, it's like a man bun, but at the back of his head. I don't understand what the point of it is, but anyway, let's just go through this.
This jab is not a vaccine by any traditional definition. It doesn't stop you catching SARS-CoV-2. It doesn't stop you transmitting it. There's a little bit of evidence to suggest that it might minimise transmission, but that's because it ameliorates your symptoms.
Don't have the jab. Oh yeah, you just see. Look at the possibly just see. Unless that's a microphone cord, I don't know. But he's looking a bit like Tony Blair, isn't he? Well, maybe it's just the quality of the image, but she's just like, oh, if you have the jab, you're gonna transmit 5G, blah blah blah. That's what she's like. She's just talking. Well, maybe she doesn't quite say that, but she may as well do, because she's just talking endless bloody crap. And she comes up with all the stuff like, oh, it's safer to wait. If you're offered the jab, have the jab. I've had both jabs. It's great. I had the Pfizer jab. Sure, my arm felt a little bit of pain the next day, but that was it. That was it. I've had flu jabs every year. I had the pneumonia jab the year before last. I feel perfectly fine. But anyway, she's just like blah 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 blah.
And if it ameliorates your symptoms, then you are less likely
Could
to
you
pass
argue
it
it's
on.
no different than getting vaccinated against hepatitis, for example?
It's very different because it's a trial drug.
There you go. This is her issue. This is her issue. She's saying, oh, it's a trial drug, and she's basically saying that it's not safe to have the jab. And the trouble is, there's so many people on Twitter who follow her who just agree with everything she says, as if she's some sort of great prophecy seer. You know, she's giving the Sermon on the Mount or whatever it is. Just she's not. She's barely, the town drunk, standing in the middle of the town, just with her cans of special brew, and just shouting at pigeons. And she's got, oh, look at her face. She's just like, oh, I'm so determined in what I say here. She looks possessed. Who is paying her to come out with all this crap? Can people really be this stupid?
We are still in clinical trials, Matthew.
Oh, he doesn't like her either.
And
why are you so?
You just have to look at the numbers.
Either that, or he's desperate for the toilet.
In the sense of like the finest minds of science have, in an extraordinarily short amount of time, have come up with this vaccine. It's proven that it's working statistically.
I mean, I didn't think we'd have the vaccine after this period of time, and obviously, when the COVID thing came out, it was speculated it came. Was it coming from a lab? Was it coming from bats? Was it coming from something else? And now they're all talking about it coming from a lab. There are certain things I can say, but the trouble is you can't give an opinion, because if you give an opinion, you'll get censored. So yeah, we'll wait and see what happens with that. I know how I think it came about, in order to quell the Hong Kong riots. But let's carry on.
Why are you so cynical about it?
we have no long-term data.
Yeah, well, what else do you want to do, love? She says, don't take the jab because there's no long-term data, and hence it's safer to wait. But, okay, well, do you want to wait 5 years for long-term data? 10 years? 20 years? What happens what if we all die in the meantime? Then where's your long-term data? So do you take the jab or not? There's one or two people who, or a mere handful of people who died from blood clots, but it's minuscule to die from a blood clot from the COVID vaccine than it is to die from a blood clot from so many other things. So it's perfectly safe by comparison to everyday other things that you do with you can have other jabs and get a blood clot. But because someone's picked it out to do with COVID, people are up in arms about it, and they just don't put two and two together, or they try and put two and two together and come up with 5, and it's just beyond stupid.
We have no long-term
But we
data.
don't have a chance to have long-term data because we have this virus.
We do.
Exactly.
Killing people around the whole world.
No.
We don't have.
Oh, no. Just whatever facts you give her, she'll just push them down.
We don't have that luxury, surely. Why are you so sceptical about the whole thing?
99.8% because of the facts. 99.8% survival rate from COVID-19.
Oh God, 99.8%. Where does she get her figures from? It's like the same people who say, oh, it's mostly over 80-year-olds who die from COVID. I mean, my mother died from COVID, so yeah, that's the reason why I have to shout these people down, and just to poo-poo the whole thing just drives me up the frigging wall. Just she's going for the herd immunity vote, just saying, with 99.8% in her numbers survive, then it's perfectly fine just to let it all play out, let it wipe through the community, which is what Boris Johnson said last year, and yeah, over 130,000 deaths. Look how well that's turned out, eh?
Average age of death is 82. This was a virus that was and
Well,
remains.
not care about
and
those
remains.
Exactly
No.
that. This is the language.
Care about those
It's the
people.
language
of course we do. But we should always.
He can't get a word in edgeways. I mean, she really should be taken down a peg or two, just told to shut up.
Have looked after those people. We should always have.
In fact, just look at the title of this stupid video as well. Bev Turner speaks the truth. And they put "rise up," and that supposed to be a black power salute or something, or a fist. I don't know where I'd shove their fist.
Looked after those people.
Yeah, we're not in that situation, though. We're not there now.
And now we're talking, just to steer it back, we're supposed to be talking about NHS workers.
We have given them the jab, but that's the point. Why do you want to put a 22-year-old with her whole life ahead of her as part of a clinical trial when we do not know the long-term implications? It is a brand new technology.
In fact, I mean, I think NHS workers should have the jab as well. They're, why would you not want the jab? Why would you not want the jab? I mean, if you're going to say it's some religious reason, bullshit. Religion is bullshit. Religion is just fake news. It's the ultimate in fake news. If you're doing something because of religion, you're nuts. So just, cancel that shit out straight away. Just, what have you got to lose from having the jab? A minute amount of people have died from it, but more people would die from blood clots from something else, as I've said. So just take the fucking jab.
Vaccines mutate. Because viruses mutate, and every unvaccinated person becomes a potential petri dish for vaccine
mutation.
There are
already 3,000 mutations,
of course,
none of them are more than 0.3%.
More of them could come. More of them could come. They could overcome the vaccine, which would then lead to more deaths.
What is incredible is that
shout.
We do have freedom of choice here in the UK.
And I heard a wonderful compromise yesterday, and I
that rat tail. Matthew, what are you thinking?
I think it was meant as a joke, but I think it might work to somebody's satisfaction, maybe to Beverley's, which is we've got all these Nightingale hospitals, which cost millions and millions of pounds to build that stand empty. Why not take all the NHS workers that choose not to be vaccinated? In some health trusts, we're talking 25%. OK, that's actually NHS workers, 25% in one trust. And then take all the people who don't want the vaccine and stick them all in hospitals together.
Why would we do that? Because it doesn't stop you passing it on. Well, if you've had the vaccine, what you call the vaccine, it doesn't stop you transmitting it. So why would you separate those people?
Transmit. She probably thinks it transmits 5G signal.
What you call the vaccine, it doesn't stop you transmitting it. So why would you separate those people?
You are massively irresponsible with that.
I think she's massively something else, but
and this is I just
guys, just to let you know, we're on air till 12:30, so we need to wrap this up. It's been a wonderful bank holiday this morning.
Oh, we done.
We can disagree, but at least we can still be friends.
We can't disagree on the science. It does not stop you contracting or passing on the virus. It does not.
Listen, we have to move on.
So, yeah, she where'd you go with this? If you can have the jab, it's possible. It's changing all the time, but yeah, by the sounds of it, it's possible to still possibly pass it on to a degree, not as much as it would be. Once you've had the jab, you'll suppress the effects of passing it on to anybody else, but there may be a minute chance that you still do, but it's still safer to have the jab, whatever happens. And she just poo-pooed the whole thing, and she's just nuts. And there's far too many people who agree with her, and it's really quite sad. It is really quite sad. And so she's trending today, and she tweeted bang on 9 a.m. But she is an anti-vaxxer. Oh, my children and I have all had our inoculations. I totally stand by my position that it's safer to wait for long-term data. She never said how long long-term data is. As I say, 10 years, 20 years, it's not going to happen. And the stupid people who just come on and say, oh, respect for speaking out. Who would rush to do this to their children? Oh, God, if you can't spell there properly, Jesus Christ. And then this, clap. I could have been one of those who refused MMR for my children. 3 of my boys have ASD, whatever that is. But all 5 are vaccinated with their childhood jabs. My son got his HCV license, HPV, a few weeks ago, etc., etc. But, I like this one. I listen to someone that directly works in the business of vaccines. Thanks. Look at this one. Keep up the good work and keep shouting it out loud. Lunatics, just window lickers, the whole lot of them. So another Aphex Twin reference there. we've gone from Cunter Daddy to window licker, because she's just being an absolute bloody window licker. Oh, Christ almighty, what are we going to do? I've rambled on far too long enough, so I'm going to, get this online, and you have a good day. Anyway, so, yeah, I know I don't normally do this kind of thing, but I had to do it. I'm sure you'll understand. Anyway, in the meantime, please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, click on the little bell for all the notifications. I'm sure she'll be trending again soon, and cue Genesis.